What will make you as a woman quit your job to save your marriage? Charles.
For me, let me pass the buck to Tina.
Okay.
Marriage institution was ordained by God. A woman will leave her father and mother, and the husband, they will come together.
No. It's the other way. It's the man that
will leave. Yes, the man will, and the woman will leave her father's name and take up the husband's name. When you enter into marriage, there are some privileges because it's all about sacrifice, commitment. Now it depends on the value you put on that marriage. It's opportunity cost. You put it on your scale of preference. Some marriages, there was something I was reading on WhatsApp. A woman, a career woman. I don't want to talk the profession so that they don't pick on me. She placed her whole life on that career, and her marriage was because she was denying the husband and everything. The man started sleeping with the daughters. The daughters, not even one, because they have four.
I can guess she was a nurse, so she was out of the house.
Oh Lord, please, let's just get something. A man who has, who commits incest with his daughters, there is no crutch. I don't want to hear it's because the wife was not giving him
no, it's very common now.
I don't want to hear
hold it. It's very common now. Very, very common. So what? Back to what we're saying. It depends on the premium you put on your marriage. You are seeing an example of somebody that made that sacrifice, my career, for marriage.
Okay.
Because both of us cannot be out at the same time, the children. Like I tell people, if you know you won't be able to take care of the children, don't bring them.
Don't have children. I agree.
Just continue with your free life.
I'm all for that.
Because it's a huge sacrifice. Oh, yes, so what I'm trying to say is this. At what point it is the value you place on that marriage. If it's to save that marriage, to save the children, because after all, the money you are going to make from that career is supposed to be taking care of the children. It's the value you place that will determine the level of sacrifice
you're willing to take.
All right, Mr. Mustafa.
So any woman can leave any job for marriage for certain reasons. But I know that one of the key reasons is what she has said. If it's to raise your child, that's a very critical reason why you might need to leave the job. Then after raising up children, you can go back and look for a job. Because raising a child, I tell you, is a huge job on its own. Sometimes I pity my wife when I see her with 2 kids battling within the house. She has to wake up early. In fact, these days I've had to be waking up early too. So I can bathe my kids while she's doing their food.
Good father.
That's a gold star husband.
So because I know that it is really telling on her, and I feel okay.
What can I do?
Don't let me only be because I want to be bringing the food to the table, bringing money. Let me also help within the house, and it's really so we're trying to balance the whole situation now.
Yeah.
So sometimes that could be a very valid reason for you to leave your job.
Okay.
But
another
then we
reason
have
is when your husband is not within the same location where you're currently working. For example, if your husband is living in probably even within Nigeria, outside Lagos, and you are currently working in Lagos, for that marriage to last, you might need to quit that Lagos job and move to Oshogbo where your husband is, and go and look for another job there if you find. Another reason, but in fact, if some people will say if your husband is comfortably okay financially, why are you working? But at the end of the day, if the woman is comfortable not working because her husband has promised to be giving her all and it, so be it.
But we've had cases of a woman who says, as a woman, if you can't give your husband $1 million, you are a failure. Okay, so where do we find the balance of saying if your family is that woman? Yes. I think she needs some huge mental examination. She's a pastor and all that. I don't want to go into all that.
Yes,
but I think that's really crazy. That's a crazy mindset. Okay.
All right. Pastor Dolly.
Well, I want to say that will always be an agreement between the two parties. It's not something somebody will just wake up because you have complex problem. My wife is working, she's making more money, and she's not respecting me. She doesn't know I'm the man in the house. We know you are the man in the house, even if you don't have to see it. You don't need to say it, we know. For that reason, she has to stop working so that we can all come and suffer together. that doesn't make sense. Yeah. So if it is for the sake of the children, okay, this job I'm doing is really affecting the children. Because it is also because of the children you're doing all the labor. So you can't resign to give them the time. But I also want to suggest here that if you're resigning one job, there's something else you could do that can still give you the opportunity to take care of the home. Because an idle mind, they say, is the devil's workshop. Most women that are just a home wife, housewife, I'm telling you, I was talking to somebody a few days ago and I said that, look, we are saying that women in the office, they flirt with their boss, blah, blah, blah. I say, look, housewives, they do this thing more. Because an idle mind is the devil's workshop. So you need to get them, because by the time a woman is just there, she's not doing anything. She becomes dull. She cannot really reason so well because she is not her talent. Everything about her is like it's been locked up somewhere. But when a woman is given the opportunity to express herself, she has something to pass over to the children.
Okay. All right, because of time. Charles.
Personally, I actually do not really agree with every opinion that has been stated. For one, I believe the greatest, most creative, most impactful, and most sustaining job on earth is the job of raising children. Nothing compares to that. There's no greater amount of strength, there's no greater amount of resilience, there's no greater amount of creativity that goes into any job in the world except the job of raising children. And I know it's a culture in Nigeria, the economic situation in Nigeria, okay, is what colors a lot of our perception concerning stay-at-home moms. Now, in the USA, it's a highly respected job to work. It's actually called mothers who work in the home.
Yeah.
You raise your children. And then recently, last year, there was a calculation that was done by the employment agencies in America of what a stay-at-home mom should earn if she's actually charging to raise her children. I tell you, it's a lot more than some Fortune 500 CEOs. So let's not downgrade that, okay? There's nothing to be ashamed of being a stay-at-home mom. If that's what works for you, fine. If that's what you're convinced to do, that's what you want to do, it takes nothing away from you. I don't actually believe that financial productivity is all that productivity is. I don't agree.
Okay.
Now, back to the question. On what
Quickly.
grounds should a woman leave a job for her family? My only answer to that question is this. If you decide that I want to quit my job to stay home and raise the children,
It's your
nothing
personal
else. It has to be a personal decision. It has to be something that you have chosen and decided to
And
do.
not forced
Because
on
I
you.
tell you, if situation or someone else makes you make that decision, you will resent the person and resent the situation
Frustration.
for the rest of your life.
That's very true. All right, our time is almost up. Hello, everyone. Thanks for the enlightenment. My own point of view is once your husband satisfies you with all you want and you are comfortable, then why can't you sacrifice your job to take good care of your family, especially the children? Thank you, everyone, for coming on the show today.
It's a great
thank
pleasure.
you, Charles. Thank you, Pastor Dolly. Thank you,
you.
Mr. Iwila. And thank you, Tina, for coming on the show. Thank you for watching. We'll be back tomorrow at 12. Do join us again. Have yourself a good day.